G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we're going to be having a look at the F-100 again, and this time we're going to be fighting in a down tier. Yes, that's right, we're not actually going up against T2, so this is an exclusively Soviet and US lineup on both my team and the enemy team, which is really, really nice, because this means that the F-100 can pretty much strut its stuff without having to be on the lookout for things like the T2. And on the subject of the T2, this was recorded a couple of days ago while I was looking for battles against the T2, because personally I believe that the T2 and the F-100, whilst not on the same level, can still fight each other with somewhat success. You're not totally outclassed in the T2. Granted, of course, the T2 has some significant energy advantages, but if you play smart, you can do well against them. And I have had a few more dogfights recently in the F-100 against the T2 and the T2 against the F-100, and I can sort of start to get a hang of things. And I'm pretty sure I'm still on the money, but we'll leave that for another video. Today, we're going to be playing with the good old Allied teams. Yes, that's right. Yes, we've already had two F-2 Sabres crash on takeoff. Now, this isn't really an unusual thing, considering that American teams have pretty much always done this. From day one, there was a very, very old saying, it's not an Allied team unless a Panther crashes. And that's now been expanded to, it's not an Allied team unless someone crashes, because it seems to happen across almost every battle rating. But that's all right. We're still going to win this because I'm in the F-100. And the F-100 is, especially with the new AIM-9s, very capable. I do think perhaps giving the F-100 a bit more of an upgraded missile might help against the T2. But for now, I think it's okay. It's good enough. The T2 can go to 10.3, perhaps even 10.7 if you really want to. But I do think that the F-100 is still a very capable fighter. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm rushing in. You shouldn't really do this in an F-100 unless you are top tier. This is a pretty bold strategy, and it's a very aggressive strategy, and I definitely don't recommend it, simply because the F-100 thrives on not being on the back foot. The moment you're on the back foot, on the defensive in an F-100, you've played it wrong, basically. You need to always be aggressive when it needs to be. You play a little bit passive, and you strike when you need to, and then you leave the enemy behind in the dust. Now, what I'm doing is the exact opposite. I'm trying to draw the attention of the enemies, try and get them to follow me, dodge the missiles, and then go from there. Hopefully my team comes to help me, and this is the way that I play the MiG-19. As you can tell, I'm a MiG-19 pilot, not an F-100 pilot, but you can tell by the playstyle. And when I was playing the F-100 with Fly Daily a few months ago, he said the exact same thing. He said, you're playing the F-100 like a MiG-19. You're going in, you're using your supposed energy advantage to break away, and that wasn't really happening, because in F-100 versus F-100 or F-100 versus MiG-19, trying to climb away from the enemy isn't always the smartest. But you can see here, I've gone for a couple of head-ons, and I've cut the tail clean off of this F-100. It's a risky maneuver, but it paid off. And whilst I don't think I should have won that, because I've just pulled head-ons, and that's not, it doesn't take a hell of a lot of skill. It's more luck and stupidity on the part of the enemy. And now I've put myself in a predicament where I'm on the back foot again, this time against an F-100, which means, it's not so bad, because he's got such a significant energy advantage over me that I'm able to make him overshoot. And there he goes. He's trying to pull off into the dust, and now he's on the back foot. I fire an AIM-9E, but he pulls up just in time, which breaks the 10G lock on the AIM-9E, so I prep another missile and try my luck. So seeing if maybe I can get it going, and sure enough, it looks like it's going to hit, and I get a nice double kill. It's beautiful. The teammate in the F-35 doesn't steal my kill, which is a miracle, because I honestly, I was expecting it. And, that's something that happens because these players, they get into planes and maybe they're from arcade, maybe they've never played War Thunder, and they don't really understand the rules. You don't kill a jet in a flat spin. Even if it's in a flat spin, you do not, even if it's you just don't kill it because it's not sportsmanlike. You've got to play like a team player and like a sport, or like a good sport. And if there's this gentleman's agreement that everyone's got, that if an enemy is in a flat spin and you've crit them, your team should not go for them. You do that for some people, you don't go for them, and you expect others to do it for you. And it's really, really nice when you see that, people listen or people realize that what you're doing, you've done enough damage to that guy to put him out of the match. And it's really nice to see teammates sort of abiding by those rules, although it doesn't happen all the time, which is kind of sad. Now, again, here I am playing aggressively in the F100. I've gone vertical, and now I'm going straight back down on the MiG-17. I should have basically zoomed away, gained about 5 or so kilometers separation, gained a bit of altitude, and then gone for the re-engage. But I'm just hungry for kills, realistically. I shouldn't be, and you can see I'm really committing to this MiG-17, which is a big no-no, because the MiG-17 will actually outturn me, even though I get some really close shots. You can see how close I am to this MiG. I've overshot, and he could very, very easily kill me, and he should have killed me here. You can see I'm just doing a couple of small turns, trying to break that distance, but you can see it's just not closing. I try maybe to go for some, aggressive maneuvers, but he pulls off. I got so lucky there. I could have died right there and then. And that's the problem with the F100. You just can't be aggressive. That was a nice lag spike there, and I thought my internet was going to cut out. But, Australia, good. That's fine. My internet's pretty good. I don't normally get this stuff, but, another aggressive play there. I keep pushing head-ons. I really should not be playing this aggressively. In retrospect, looking back at this footage, I am surprised that I got the amount of kills that I did. The F100 is not an aggressive plane. It is a very measured plane. You have to play smart, not hard. In the MiG-19, you can play hard. In the T2, you can sort of play hard. Energy-wise, you can sort of, muck around a bit. But in the F100, you sort of have to be disciplined. And that's something that I find pretty hard because I'm not a disciplined pilot. I'm a very aggressive pilot. And planes like the MiG-19 and the G91 seem to, resonate with me personally. The hits. Oh, the hits. That just makes me very sad because last patch these guns were doing a lot of damage, and now, for some reason, they're just not up to scratch. It's frustrating. A little bit frustrating. Because, you expect your guns to do damage, especially if you have 420 mils. But maybe some of my guns, maybe my bullets didn't connect, That's fine. F-35 doesn't see me coming. A little spray, and I managed to clip him. Very, very easy kill. He, if you're watching this, man, keep a track of your radar. Keep an awareness of all your surroundings, and you won't have that problem. You just sort of evade a little bit, and then you slow the F100 down, and once they're slow, they're nice and fat, nice and heavy and juicy. And you just come in and swoop that kill with your 50 cals. But, here we are looking for another kill. I decide to launch a missile at this guy. You can see the AIM-9E has a really nice long reticule, but I'm looking to get into a nice close distance. I'm going to warm up that missile, and I'll fire it around 1.5. That's about the ideal distance you want an AIM-9E to be fired at. Take out a quick AA just to, maximum disrespect. And as I close in, the MiG starts to pull and starts to turn, and I decide to turn with him. This is really dumb. Again, you shouldn't be doing this, but baby, that's a spicy kill. The F100 can really do that, but you need one turn and one turn only, and you will burn all of that energy, and it's all gone. Now, the ace there comes from a missile. Yes, that was really, really strange. The MiG-17 maybe just didn't see the missile coming. It was preoccupied or something like that, and I just managed to get a kill with a missile. And I'm out of missiles now, which means guns only, 36 rounds. Can I get the 6 kills? That's the big question. And obviously, me being impatient, I want this kill. I just need this kill because 6 kill game and I'm low on fuel and I don't want to die because F100, you know. So I go to bleed a lot of energy and I screw it up. And you can see just how easily you can put yourself into a bad situation in the F100 against things like a MiG-15 or a Sabre or even a T2 or even a G91. And that's one of the things you have to really be careful of in the F100. You have to play extremely disciplined, especially now that you're no longer the top dog. It's more a game of not necessarily playing passive, but just being a bit measured. And you can see here, I definitely am the best F100 pilot. You can tell by that stellar aim. You know, I'm a little bit off practice with aiming, and I've recently taken off the vertical targeting for my convergence. So learning to aim again is a little bit difficult, but it's sort of killing an old bad habit. It's something that I've needed to sort of work on, simply because if you're firing low velocity guns, the guns arc a lot more, and that arcing can throw off your aim at certain distances, and I want to just try and neutralize that. But yeah, ace game is still not a bad result in the slightest. I think that's probably one of my best results in the F100, apart from maybe a 6-kill game if I've had one. Yeah, that's a really, really nice result. And you can see how effective the F100 is against other F100s, MiG-19s, MiG-17s, and the 9.0s in general, because you just have so much to throw at them. You have that little bit of pull. You have a decent amount of thrust. You have a good energy retention. You have good speed that's just a little bit higher. And obviously, you have those missiles, which are really, really nice. So I'll see if I can get some F100 versus T2 footage. I might just put it up as a montage or put it up behind some music or whatever. But yeah, the F100 is still a fun plane. And yeah, I'll catch you next time, I guess. Take care, guys. I'll catch you next time. If you made it to the end of the video, type the F100D is better than the T2. Change my mind. See you guys.